They don't want you to know, but you need to hear this. A rare cosmic alignment is about to unfold. 7 powerful planets converging in a formation that hasn't been seen in ages. Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, Venus, Uranus, Jupiter, and Mars, each carrying its own energy, its own force. But what does it mean for you? And why is no one talking about the hidden consequences of this event? This isn't just an astronomical phenomenon. It's a shift, one that holds deep, untold truths about the world, about your destiny, about the forces that silently shape your life. There are whispers in ancient texts, warnings buried in forgotten teachings. Those who understand the significance of this alignment have always known. When these 7 planets unite, something is set into motion. What happens next may change everything, and you must be prepared. 7 celestial giants are aligning, a rare phenomenon that hasn't occurred in decades. This isn't just a spectacle in the night sky, it's a cosmic convergence of energies, a moment when unseen forces intertwine and ripple across the fabric of existence. Think of it like the gears of an ancient, divine clock finally clicking into place. But what happens when time itself takes a sharp turn? Each of these planets carries a vibration, a signature that affects human consciousness in ways most can't perceive. Saturn, the great teacher, brings karmic lessons. Mercury, the messenger, amplifies communication and hidden truths. Neptune dissolves illusions. Venus awakens deep desires. Uranus sparks sudden shifts. Jupiter expands possibilities, and Mars fuels raw, unfiltered action. Together, they create a powerful energetic wave, one that can either elevate you to new heights or pull you into chaos. This alignment is no accident. It's happening now for a reason. The universe is calling you to break free from old patterns, to embrace transformation before it's too late. Are you ready to listen? You've noticed it, even if you haven't put it into words. The way people seem more distant lately. The way old memories resurface at the most unexpected moments. The way certain situations keep repeating, almost as if the universe is trying to tell you something. This isn't coincidence. This alignment is stirring something deep within, forcing unresolved emotions to rise. Have you caught yourself revisiting the past more often, thinking about people you thought you had forgotten, questioning decisions you once made with certainty? That's not just nostalgia. It's the universe asking you to confront what's been left unfinished. Think of your life as a book. Some chapters were beautiful, filled with moments of joy and triumph. Others, painful, pages you'd rather skip. But the story isn't over. And right now, the cosmos is placing a bookmark at a crucial point. One where you must decide whether to keep repeating the same lines or turn the page. How often do you find yourself stuck in the same cycles? Relationships that seem different at first, but always end the same way. Dreams you keep pushing aside, telling yourself it's not the right time. Habits that no longer serve you, yet feel impossible to break. This alignment is a mirror. It reveals not just what is happening in the sky, but what is happening within you. Saturn is pressing you to acknowledge the hard truths. Where have you been avoiding responsibility? Mercury is making sure those unspoken words don't stay buried. Who have you been meaning to reach out to? Neptune is dissolving illusions. What false stories have you been telling yourself about who you are and what you're capable of? Some will ignore these signs, dismissing them as passing thoughts, random emotions. But deep down, you know better. You felt the weight of unfinished lessons pressing against your spirit. The call for change growing louder. The question is, what will you do with it? The universe is speaking, but not in the way you might expect. It doesn't shout. It doesn't force. It whispers through patterns, through emotions, through the same lessons showing up in different forms. And this alignment, it's the loudest whisper yet. Think of your life as a river. For years, you may have been floating, letting the current take you wherever it pleases. Some days, the water is calm and drifting feels easy. Other days, you crash against unseen rocks, pulled under by forces you can't control. But here's the truth. This alignment is the moment you realize you have a choice. You can keep drifting, repeating the same cycles, or you can take hold of the oars and begin steering with intention. Saturn is making sure the past is no longer a distant memory, but a lesson staring you in the face. If something keeps returning, a fear, a pattern, a regret, it's not just there to haunt you. It's there to be resolved. What have you been avoiding? What truth have you been reluctant to face? The harder you resist, the stronger Saturn pushes. But the moment you surrender, the moment you acknowledge what needs to change, a shift begins. Jupiter, on the other hand, is opening doors. Opportunities, ideas, synchronicities, they're all around you. But can you see them? Can you recognize when something is meant for you? Or do you let doubt convince you that you're not ready? This alignment is a reminder that expansion is always within reach, but only if you dare to step into it. And then there's Neptune, blurring the lines between reality and illusion. Right now, it's easy to get lost in distractions, to escape into fantasies, to avoid the discomfort of transformation by telling yourself, everything is fine. But is it? Are you truly aligned with the life you want? Or are you settling for a version that feels safe? It's time to pause, to reflect, to ask yourself the questions you've been too busy or too afraid to answer. Where is your energy going? Are you nurturing relationships that bring you closer to your higher self? Or are you holding on to connections out of habit, out of fear of being alone? Are you taking steps toward your purpose? Or are you waiting for the perfect moment that never seems to come? This alignment isn't about punishment. It's about clarity. It's about finally seeing what has been hidden in plain sight. The next choice you make, the next action you take, it all matters, because whether you realize it or not, you are shaping your future in this very moment. The universe doesn't wait. Energy moves, shifts, transforms, and so must you. If you've been standing at a crossroads, hesitating, waiting for a sign, this is it. This alignment is forcing decisions, closing doors that no longer serve you, and revealing paths you might have ignored. But walking through them, that's up to you. Think of this moment as a garden. For too long, certain weeds have gone unchecked. Old habits, limiting beliefs, toxic attachments. Some have deep roots, buried so far beneath the surface that you barely notice them anymore. But they're still there, quietly choking the life out of the dreams you've been trying to grow. Now, the universe is handing you the tools to clear them away. The question is, will you use them? Mars is igniting action, fueling that restless energy inside you. That idea you've been sitting on, that conversation you've been avoiding, that risk you've been too afraid to take. The fire of Mars is urging movement, pushing you beyond hesitation and into action. But here's the catch. If you don't direct this energy with purpose, it can manifest as frustration, impulsiveness, or burnout. So where will you place your focus? What's worth your effort? What's worth fighting for? Venus, meanwhile, is whispering a different message. What do you value? Not just in love, but in life, in yourself, in your choices. Are you surrounded by people who uplift you? Or do you shrink yourself to fit into spaces that no longer align with who you're becoming? Are you pouring energy into things that truly fulfill you, or are you chasing validation, approval, and comfort at the cost of your own happiness? And then there's Uranus, the disruptor, the breaker of chains. It's shaking the foundations, revealing cracks you can't ignore. If you've been resisting change, if you've been clinging to what feels familiar, even when it no longer serves you, Uranus is here to strip away the illusions. The harder you hold on, the more turbulent the shift will feel. But surrender, that's where freedom begins. This alignment isn't gentle. It's not here to lull you into comfort. It's here to wake you up, to show you what's possible if you let go of fear, of doubt, of everything that keeps you small. You have two choices: continue as you are, repeating the same cycles, or step into the unknown, trusting that the universe is guiding you towards something greater. So tell me, what will you choose? The weight of the past is heavy, but you don't have to carry it forever. This moment, the alignment of these 7 celestial forces, is an invitation, not to run, not to hide, but to finally break free. The universe isn't forcing your hand, but it is making one thing very clear. You can no longer ignore the truth of who you are and what you're meant to become. Think about the cycles you've been trapped in, the relationships that always seem to end the same way, the dreams you get excited about, only to let fear talk you out of them, the goals you set but never fully commit to. These aren't just coincidences. They are patterns, repeating like echoes of a lesson you've yet to learn. But here's the secret. Patterns break when you do something different. When you make a choice, not out of fear, but out of trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in the process. Trust that the universe is not working against you, but for you. That even the chaos, the discomfort, the uncertainty, it all has a purpose. Saturn may be testing your patience, forcing you to confront your own discipline, your own accountability. Jupiter may be expanding your vision, pushing you to see beyond your current circumstances. But neither of them, nor any of these planetary forces, are here to punish you. They are here to align you. But alignment doesn't happen through waiting. It happens through action, and action begins with awareness. What are you still holding on to that no longer serves you? A version of yourself that you've outgrown. A story about what's possible for your life that was never yours to begin with. The fear that if you step forward, everything might fall apart. But what if it doesn't? What if instead, everything finally falls into place? Uranus is shaking things up for a reason. It doesn't want you to stay comfortable. It wants you to evolve. It wants you to question what you've always accepted as truth. Maybe the job you thought was stable is actually holding you back. Maybe the person you've been trying so hard to keep isn't meant to walk this path with you. Maybe the thing you've been most afraid to chase is the very thing that would set you free. But you have to decide. You have to step beyond fear and into trust. Neptune is dissolving illusions, so let them dissolve. See things for what they truly are, not what you wish they were. Let go of the stories you've been telling yourself about why you're not ready, why you're not enough, why it's not the right time. Because the truth is, time will keep moving. Energy will keep shifting. And if you don't take control of your own path, life will make the choices for you. This isn't about forcing change. It's about allowing it, about recognizing that the discomfort you feel isn't a sign to retreat. It's a sign that you're on the edge of transformation, that everything you want, everything you've been calling in, is waiting on the other side of your fear. So ask yourself, what do you truly want? Not what you think you should want, Not what you've been conditioned to believe is possible, but what your soul is actually calling for. The answers are already within you. This alignment is simply bringing them to the surface. And now the only question left is, will you listen? Will you step forward into the unknown, trusting that something greater awaits? Or will you stay where you are, waiting for a certainty that will never come? The universe has spoken. Now, it's your turn. The moment of decision is here. The universe has drawn a line between the past and the future, and you are standing at the threshold. No more waiting, no more hesitating, no more pretending you don't feel the pull of something greater calling your name. Everything that has led you to this moment, the struggles, the setbacks, the lessons, the losses, was not without purpose. You were never meant to stay the same. You were never meant to live a life dictated by fear, doubt, or limitations imposed by others. This alignment, this rare convergence of 7 planetary forces, is not a coincidence. It is a cosmic intervention, a final push from the universe itself, asking you, will you step forward or will you stay where you are? Think about all the times you felt stuck, the moments when you knew something had to change, but you let fear convince you to stay in the familiar. The times you told yourself, maybe later, as if time would pause for you. But time does not wait. Life does not wait. And now, the universe isn't waiting either. It's clearing the way, removing illusions, breaking patterns, and revealing truth. Mars is fueling your fire, giving you the courage to take action. But will you use it, or will you let it burn out, waiting for another moment that may never come? Saturn is handing you the lessons you need, but will you embrace them, or will you resist, repeating the same cycles, hoping for a different outcome? Jupiter is expanding your possibilities, opening doors you never imagined. But will you step through, or will you stay behind, afraid of what's on the other side? Venus is asking you to redefine what truly matters. Are you living in alignment with your deepest values, or have you been chasing empty fulfillment? Have you been giving your energy to relationships, habits, and environments that drain you instead of nourish you? Uranus is demanding change, whether you are ready for it or not. Disruptions may come, but they are not here to destroy you. They are here to free you. The life you've been clinging to may no longer serve you, and this alignment is shaking the very foundations you stand on, but not to break you, to rebuild you. And Neptune, it is dissolving the false narratives, the lies you've told yourself, the illusions you've believed for too long. It is asking you to see clearly, to acknowledge what is real, what is necessary, what is calling you forward. This is not a passive moment. It is not just another celestial event to observe and forget. It is a turning point, a before and after, a chance to rewrite your story, to realign with the life that was always meant for you. So what will you do? Will you keep waiting for a better time? Will you let the weight of the past define you? Or will you finally choose yourself? Let this be the moment where everything shifts, where you decide that enough is enough, that you will no longer play small, that you will no longer ignore the pull towards something greater. It's time to break the cycle. It's time to step into the unknown. It's time to trust that the universe is guiding you toward exactly where you need to be. The path is open. The energy is rising. The moment is now. What will you choose? The universe has spoken. The energy of this rare 7-planet alignment is not something to take lightly. It is not just another celestial event, another moment that comes and goes unnoticed. It is a doorway, a message, a cosmic force designed to shake you, awaken you, and remind you of something you've always known but perhaps forgotten. You are meant for more. You are meant to grow, to evolve, to step into your fullest power. Look back at everything we've explored, the meaning behind these planetary alignments, the shifts happening within you and around you, the patterns that are being broken, the illusions that are dissolving, the opportunities that are presenting themselves. Every single part of this cosmic event is designed to prepare you for a transformation that is long overdue. You can feel it, can't you? That pull deep within your soul, that knowing, that whisper telling you it's time. Maybe you've ignored it before. Maybe you've doubted yourself. Maybe you've convinced yourself that staying where you are is safer, more practical, more predictable. But what has that given you? Has it given you fulfillment? Has it given you peace? Or has it kept you trapped in a cycle of uncertainty, longing, and untapped potential? If you take nothing else from this moment, take this: the time for waiting is over. The universe is not waiting. The energy is shifting, whether you are ready or not. You can either resist it, clinging to the familiar, or you can surrender to it, trusting that it is guiding you exactly where you need to go. This alignment is offering you clarity, but clarity means nothing without action. It is revealing truth, but truth means nothing if you refuse to acknowledge it. It is presenting opportunities, but opportunities mean nothing if you do not take them. So let's make this real. Let's not just talk about transformation. Let's claim it. Right now, as you listen to this, make a choice. Decide, in this very moment, that you will not go back to who you were before, that you will not continue patterns that have held you back, that you will not let fear be the loudest voice in your head. What does this mean for you, personally? That's the question you need to answer. What have you been avoiding? What have you been afraid to confront? What change have you been delaying? What version of yourself have you been suppressing? This alignment is not just about planetary movement. It's about internal movement. It's about the shift within you that will dictate everything that happens next. And let's be clear, this will not be easy. Growth never is. Letting go of old versions of yourself can feel like loss. Walking away from certain people or environments can feel like grief. Stepping into the unknown can feel terrifying. But what's the alternative? To stay in a place that no longer fits you. To keep playing small, knowing deep down you're capable of so much more. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't need to see the entire path ahead. But you do need to take the first step. So let's start right here. Drop a comment below and tell me, what are you letting go of? What pattern, belief, or fear are you finally releasing in the wake of this powerful alignment? Say it out loud. Write it down. Claim it. When you bring it into the light, you take away its power over you. And if you feel this message resonating deep in your soul, if you feel that this moment is exactly what you needed to hear, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it too. Someone who might be standing on the edge of transformation, just like you, but needs that final push. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. This journey is only beginning. We are stepping into one of the most powerful energy shifts of our time, and you do not want to navigate this alone. Subscribe now and turn on notifications, because what's coming next is even bigger. The next video will dive even deeper into what this alignment means for the weeks ahead, how to prepare, what signs to look for, and how to make the most of this rare cosmic opportunity. You won't want to miss it. But for now, let this be the moment where everything changes. No more waiting, no more doubting, no more holding back. The universe has spoken. Now, it's your turn.